Governor Newsom out in California, I agree with you. Ban phones from the classroom. And now in Governor Hochul, I agree with you. When it comes to social media, algorithm websites, social media sites like Instagram and TikTok, which is technically going to be banned shortly anyway, it's time to keep them away from kids in New York.
I can't believe I'm saying this. She's now more popular with me. I mean, I don't really like her policies, but I like this one.
I don't know.
All right, we're going to tell you the real reason why all of a sudden Fox News is agreeing with Democratic governors. They both want to shut down social media, but I think for a completely different reason. And I'm going to propose this poll. We'll put it up as a snap poll right now. Looking forward to your opinion on it. Should mainstream media have warning labels? Because they're thinking of doing warning labels. I think mainstream media is full of crap and lies to the American people 24/7. So I think it should have a warning label. And warning, you're about to watch CNN, they're definitely going to lie to you. You're warning, you're about to watch Fox News, they're definitely going to lie to you. So, okay, well, we'll discuss all that, but you can start voting now. Jordan, tell us the whole story.
As you saw, Fox and friends were stunned to find out that they agreed with Governors Gavin Newsom of California and Kathy Hochul of New York. Newsom wants the California legislature to ban smartphones in school classrooms, and Hochul just signed a bill forcing social media companies to make their algorithms display content in chronological order only for children under 18. And they're not the only ones looking to regulate how children use social media apps. Vivek Murthy, who is the Surgeon General of the US, made the case in a New York Times op-ed on Monday, arguing that the mental health risks associated with social media platforms warrant the use of Surgeon General warning labels, similar to cigarettes. Murthy wrote, "It is time to require a Surgeon General's warning on social media platforms, stating that the social media is associated with a significant mental health harms for adolescents. A Surgeon General's warning label, which requires congressional action, would regularly remind parents and adolescents that social media has not been proved safe. Additionally, companies must be required to share all of their data on health effects with independent scientists and the public. Currently, they do not, and allow independent safety audits. While the platforms claim they are making their products safer, Americans need more than words. We need proof." He went on to draw parallels between social media and tobacco products, arguing warning labels will help change user behavior. Evidence from tobacco studies show that warning labels can increase awareness and change behavior. When asked if a warning from a Surgeon General would prompt them to limit or monitor their children's social media use, 76% of people in one recent survey of Latino parents said yes. Now, pressure has been mounting on tech giants to exercise more caution and oversight of what is on their platform and who sees it. In October, a coalition of 33 states sued Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, over accusations that the company had misled the public about the mental health risks for young people and teens. In 2021, a trove of internal documents obtained by the Wall Street Journal showed that Meta, at the time still operating under the name Facebook, was aware of studies showing that Instagram use was linked to issues of anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, and suicidal ideation, especially among teen girls. Cenk, how do you feel about social media use with young people knowing the risks that they deal with, knowing the symptoms and the effects that it has on their minds? Do you think it should have labels? Is this a good idea? Would this change anything?
Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team.
Two giant different issues here. One is, why is mainstream media and politicians, why are they targeting social media? And the other is, should we do something about the actual deleterious effects of social media? So the real reason why other mainstream media and politicians care is because social media is, in their minds, producing a lot of progressive voters, and they hate it. And if you're saying, wait, why would the Democrats hate that? No, Democratic leadership is very anti-progressive. They hate progressives 10,000 times more than they hate Republicans. They actually largely agree with Republicans. Donors should get everything they want. But and they'd get away with it if it wasn't for these damn kids, right? These rascally kids like Scooby-Doo, right? And they're all on social media and they're all saying that they're progressive and actually want universal health care and higher wages when they should be loving corporate rule. God damn them. They should go back to the propaganda outlets like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. And so they won't listen to our propaganda anymore. We hate them. Let's pretend that we're worried about depression and start banning them or labeling them, etc. I mean, look, Mitt Romney admitted it. He said when talking to Anthony Blinken that he's like, well, I'm surprised Israel used to do really good propaganda. They're not good at it anymore. So we're banning TikTok because there's so many people against Israel on TikTok. He said it. He said it. Okay, and Blinken's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So look, it's not just about Israel. It's just overall in politics. The Bernie Sanders wing of politics is first comes for the Democrats, then it comes for the Republicans. And they both hate it. So that's the real reason they're doing this. They're not worried about you or your kids at all, in my opinion, okay? So, and so, you think Hochul and Newsom wanna run against strong progressives in primaries? No, they do not. They hate the progressives. So anyways, but does social media actually cause the harm that they're talking about? Yes, so then that puts us in a tough spot. We don't want to say, oh yeah, let's ban it and everybody must watch CNN and love corporate rule, right? And that's your only option. Besides which, even if you tried it, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Even if we banned all the social media, other countries would have social media. And then we'd become like Iran. Okay, who do we ban? How do we stop it? Don't let the information get in. Tell them corporations are good. They don't need health care. They should have the crappiest wages and the executives should make 2,000 times, 2 million times more than them. Shush, social media, block them. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So we have to have a smart strategy for dealing with the actual issues, psychological issues, and sociological issues that things like Instagram are creating. And if we're worried about social media, the #1 cause of concern should be Instagram. And instead of Instagram, we're talking about TikTok, we're talking about YouTube. Why? A lot of this propaganda, as we showed you in an earlier show, is funded by Facebook. So in the beginning, it was mainstream media that were attacking all social media because that's their competitor. They never clarify that's our competitor and we're getting our ass handed to us by them. They all pretend, oh, we are genuinely concerned. They are doing things that will affect your kids. How about you guys? Are you doing propaganda that might affect our kids? Oh, you're just bummed it's not working anymore. But if you're concerned, yeah, Instagram is driving kids to compare themselves to the most attractive people in the world, and they don't even look like that. It's their fake image, right? And even if they did, yes, there's 8 billion people on the planet. Some of them are gonna be way hotter than you, right? But nobody ever tells the kids that. Some of them are gonna be richer than you. But we used to have a village where there'd be one rich person or a couple of really attractive people, et cetera, or a couple of successful people, and we could live with it. Now we see example after example. We all live in this global village where it's rubbed in our face 24/7. That person's better than you. That person's better than you. You gotta, and there is one answer that I know for sure. In terms of what the government should do, I'm scared to death of the government touching this at all. They almost, in situations like this, when you have entrenched power, they usually make it worse, right? But one thing I'm gonna ask all of you to do is parents, talk to your kids. And don't talk to them in goofy ways. When I showed him that Fox News clip, I didn't show it to him. My 13-year-old son was about to turn 14, happened to be at the same table as I was getting ready for the show and I was listening to that clip. And when they said, oh, well, you know, at the end, Kilmeade of that segment, the Kilmeade says, well, you know, you should tell your kids that it's something like it's shameful and you should stay off of social media. And Pro literally laughed out loud, like he startled me. He's like, like that's gonna work. Oh yeah, don't go on social media. No, you have to have a real conversation with them. Guys, a lot of these people aren't real, even if they're real. That's not what you should compare yourself to. Here should be, like, talk about what their life goals should be, what their aspirations should be, that aren't just about material success, aren't just about looking better and being richer and all these things. The hard work of parenting.
The merit in what the Surgeon General is trying to do is spot on. I mean, brain development studies show clearly that that type of development happens at the age or well after the age of 25. And so when you have young people who are born into this, I mean, we have whole generations that this technology existed the moment that they were born. This is all they know. And Cenk, your point is spot on about the difference between the political rationale for wanting to do away with social media apps and social media altogether, and then the merit that is linked to some of the health concerns about what it does to the mental stability of younger people, especially as they mature and the stage that they are in. Parents are absolutely the key. It is not the government on this. Now, that doesn't mean that there should not be regulations to protect us, not just go after TikTok, but go after all the social media platforms to make sure that they are following the best practices to protect us as American people and do more to try to protect younger folks. But ultimately, the diet for social media has to be controlled by parents, just like anything else. We could say the same thing. I mean, 50 years ago or 20 years ago, it was just the television. You know, how much TV should children watch? There are studies out there that says that if children watch too much TV, it can have a detrimental effect. Now that we're in the age of social media, you just quadruple those impacts. So what influencers, what stimuli are we allowing our children to take in? The first, second, third, fourth, and fifth line of defense is parents and community.
Yeah, I'm gonna add the last things here because I gotta give you the poll results. But we started Operation Joy here because we're trying to be proactive. You know, there's a lot of things that are depressing in media overall and in social media. So one of the things that I emphasize in Operation Joy, it's the thing we do for our members on Tuesdays in the bonus episode, is stop judging yourself so harshly and stop letting everyone else judge you. Because we're judging ourselves into oblivion. Oh my God, I'm not as good as this. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, you made a mistake, did you? Welcome to humanity. We all make mistakes. We all make hundreds of mistakes, thousands of mistakes in our lives. Stop beating yourself up so much. So if you see something going wrong in the world, be proactive in putting out the opposite message, right? So there are healthy, constructive ways to tackle this without bans and warnings that are never gonna work. They're gonna make it feel like it's cooler to participate in this. Super last thing on the content is, on that Fox segment, they were talking about, I think it's a good idea to have internet, social media free zones around schools. These are the same guys that said, oh yeah, got free zones around schools, that'll never work. Now they're like, social media, it's way more dangerous than guns, it gets people to vote against us. Make sure it's banned everywhere. So it does work, you just don't want guns banned. You want social media banned. Okay, so now note for the record. Now, what did you guys think? How about social mainstream media having warning labels? I love the Twitch audience. 96% yes, 4% no. The YouTube chat poll, 79-21. You get it on tyt.com, 83-17. Everybody agrees. Yeah, the #1 warning label should come with the propaganda of mainstream media that's gonna tell you that politicians are honest and the millions of dollars that they took to serve large and corporate donors doesn't affect them at all. They're just having principled debates. I mean, you gotta give people a warning. This is propaganda, it's not actual news.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.